Silver prices are soaring. They just crossed $90. At the end of December, I told you not to buy silver, even though that silver prices were soaring, because by the end of January or the beginning of February, prices are going to collapse, and that's when you should be buying silver. So if you did that, you made a lot of money, because the price of silver went down to as low as $70, and now it has crossed $90. The price of gold has also plummeted below $5,000 over the last couple of weeks, but now it's soaring again and have crossed $5,200. So what is going to happen to silver prices? Will silver prices continue rising? The problem with the silver market and the gold is that it is completely manipulated by Wall Street. I know that this sounds like a conspiracy, but when you understand how the system works, you will understand that Wall Street consistently manipulates the price of silver. And when you understand how that works, you can keep making money out of silver. What if I told you that 90% of all the silver that is being purchased doesn't actually exist? And that's because most of the silver is either being purchased with future contracts. A future is basically a contract that says that you can buy a specific asset at a specific price at some time in the future. But that contract has an expirational date, which means that that contract either must be sold or exercised. Imagine I'm a mining firm and I'm mining silver and have to dig it from under the ground, and then I have to refine it, and then finally I can sell it. The price of silver right now is $90. So maybe by the time I will do all of that, the price of silver is going to plummet. So it's very important for me to sell a futures contract. So I'm going to sell my silver at $90. On the other side, you have people who are actually using silver. So every single piece of technology that you have has a small, tiny piece of silver, because every computer chip needs a silver. So your iPhone has a silver, your iPad has a silver, your MacBook has a silver, and even your car has a tiny, small piece of silver. Because the second party needs silver all the time, and they don't know what is going to happen to silver prices. What if silver prices rise to $150? So it's important for us to buy future contracts that will give us the right to buy silver at $90 2 months from now, so that we lock in the price. Now, there is no problem in this because they're actually hedging and locking the price for themselves. The problem is that speculators, especially Wall Street, understand that this gives them a huge opportunity to turn the entire silver market into one huge casino where they will consistently use it to transfer wealth from the average American and the average investors and the average traders to Wall Street. Because the average person doesn't even understand how the entire system works and that the system is rigged in the first place. So imagine I'm Wall Street and I'm thinking that the price of silver is going to rise to $100. Now it's $90. Am I going to go and buy silver and then sell it when it crosses $100? I'm not that stupid to do that, because buying silver means that I have to buy the physical silver. Where am I going to store that silver? In my backyard? In my office? In my house? Well, of course not. There is a huge cost that comes alongside owning silver. If it's a tiny small piece of silver, yes, of course. But if it's huge amount of silver, then it's problematic. So I'm not stupid to do something like that. What I will do is that I will buy a future contract that says that I'm going to sell a certain amount of future at $90 a month from now. So I have that contract. I have purchased that contract. Now, a month later, when the price of silver crosses $100, I have a contract that allows me to buy silver at $90. I'm simply going to sell this contract to somebody who actually needs the silver. Instead for that person to go to the market and buy silver for $100, he can buy my contract for $99.50, and that is going to save him some money, and he's certainly going to do that. That's how I profited from the entire silver market by not owning a single piece of silver to begin with. At first, it doesn't seem like a big deal. But what if I told you that the vast majority of silver that is being purchased right now in the market are through future contracts. The second reason why Wall Street loves future contracts so much is because you don't even have to put the entire money to buy that silver. So imagine I want to buy a silver that's worth $100. All I have to do is to put a 5% deposit to buy that future contract. So with $5, I can buy $100 worth of silver. With $100, I can buy $2,000 worth of silver. So with little money, I can actually buy a lot of silver. And that means that with little money, I can create a lot of demand fills for silver. And that's why 90% of all the silver that is being purchased doesn't actually exist. That demand is artificial through futures. We don't even have that much silver in the world to deliver to begin with. In fact, for every ounce of real silver that exists out there, there are like 400 ounces of paper silver. And that's why most of the demand in the market for silver is artificial. The price of anything is determined by demand and supply. And if all that demand is artificial, it is going to drive the price of silver for the entire market, even the real silver. So when you see the price of silver rising so fast, it's not because people are buying real physical silver, but rather investors and speculators in Wall Street are simply buying a ton of futures that are driving the price of silver. Now, the exact same thing applies to gold as well. Most of the gold that is being purchased, or I would say even like 90%, is not even real gold. But the reason that silver prices have much bigger spikes than gold prices is because the market cap of silver is $5 trillion, while the market cap of gold is $30 trillion. So manipulating silver prices is a lot easier because the market is simply a lot smaller than the entire gold market. And secondly, gold is usually being purchased by not average investors, but rather the vast majority of gold is purchased by central banks. And central banks perfectly understand how the game works, so it's much difficult to fool the central banks than the average person who doesn't understand how the game works, which is why it's so important for the average person to join the investing academy, where he can actually learn how the entire system works so that he starts making a lot of money out of silver and not losing money. So when you see the price of silver actually is rising, that's because speculators are buying a lot of future contracts. That demand is reinforcing the price of silver to continue rising. But the moment the silver price crosses a certain point where people on the other side who actually need silver no longer are willing to pay that much for it, what is going to happen to the value of these future contracts? Now, let's say the value of the future contract is $120, but nobody on the other side is ready to pay $120 for a silver contract. The future contract has an expirational day, which means that I have to either exercise this contract or sell it to somebody. But because nobody is willing to sell it, I'm going to sell it below market price. If the price is $120, I might sell it for $100. So when everybody suddenly starts dumping all of their future contracts, what do you think is going to happen to silver prices? They will completely plummet. And that's why silver prices crashed back at the end of January and the beginning of February. Whenever there is like so much leverage in the market, whenever the demand is artificial, you always have to understand that every single time the price spikes, it is going to collapse, whether you like it or not. People are going to justify that on the internet one way or another. And that's because all these people don't understand how the market works. And that's why you see the price rises dramatically and then it collapses, because most of that demand is artificial. So why silver prices are rising again, even though that they just recently collapsed? China refines about 70% of all the silver in the market. So China has a complete monopoly on silver. And because the Supreme Court just shut down Trump's tariffs, and now Trump is again unpredictable, he launched a 10% tariff, then he increased that global tariff to 15%. It is creating this unpredictability in the market. Whenever there is so much unpredictability, companies start buying silver so that they have a stock of this silver just in case they need them, because they don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. That creates small demand for silver. Instantly, speculators jump and they start buying a lot of these futures contracts that reinforces that demand, that pushes the price of silver to rise even faster. Secondly, There are a lot of tensions between the United States and Iran, and everybody is worried. Is there going to be like a war between the United States and Iran? Are they going to bomb Iran? Now, that's a completely different question, whether that happens or not, whether that is right or not. That is a geopolitical question. But if you're a speculator, or if you are an investor, or even if you are a factory that needs silver in the United States, if there is going to be a war, for example, that is going to disrupt the global supply chains. And since China refines 70% of all the silver, there might be a problem for most of that silver to reach the United States. So if you're a US company that you know that you're going to need that silver because you're building whatever you are building with those silver, you start buying a lot of silver. And because there is so much demand for silver, I am the Wall Street, or I am the hedge fund, I am the speculator, I will start buying future contracts, because then I can sell these future contracts to people who actually need those silver in the first place. And because there are huge leverage ratios, because I can put very little money and buy a lot of silver, that is going to create a huge demand for silver, which is reinforcing the demand, which is why the price of silver is increasingly rising really, really fast. At the end of the day, if there are not going to be tensions between the United States and Iran, if there are going to be more clarity between China and the United States, eventually silver prices will fall again. The most important thing that you have to understand out of this video is that most of that demand is artificial. And when the demand is artificial, it is temporary. It is not permanent. When you understand that, you know how to take action. And if you want to be the first person to know what is going to happen next to silver prices, and you want a step-by-step strategy on how you can massively profit from that, what exactly do you have to do? Right. Check out the Investing Academy. The link is in the description.